As you journey to your unlimited, I encourage you to dream big. Join me as I show you how. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Oneeka Williams and welcome to the Dream Big series. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to be speaking about the E in Dream Big, and the E is excellence. Do you ever find yourself not being able to get started on a goal or a dream because you have a fear of being excellent? That somehow there's a perfectionist in you that says, I prefer not to try because I don't believe that I can achieve the excellence that I would want to expect for myself. You know, the traditional view of excellence, I feel like there is a scale. And that scale says you have to accomplish X amount, or you have to do it in a particular way in order to be excellent. And really and truly, it brings to mind a saying by Maya Angelou that Oprah says all the time, which is when you know better, you can be better. And I think of excellence in the same way, which is that it is not a destination, but it is a journey. And so you bring whatever you can, what is your best just at that time, but reframing it to understand that the Latin derivation, the Latin definition of the word excellence means to surpass. And that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because it means, if I go back to that Oprah / Maya Angelou or Maya Angelou / Oprah saying, when you know better, you can be better. So whatever your experience is and whatever you bring to it in that moment, when you get to the next endeavor, you can actually use the information from the experience that you had in that moment or in the prior moment to inform how you can be just a little bit better, because now you actually know better. And so in that second instance, you are able to bring to bear whatever insights you have had from that first experience to be the best, or bring the best that you can in that moment, allowing you to surpass ever so slightly the experience that you had before. And this brings to mind for me my experience with the Dr. Didi Dynamo experience, or Dr. Didi Dynamo world and journey, because obviously part of this Dream Big is synonymous and representative of my experience and my journey as I have worked towards building the Dr. Didi Dynamo mission in pursuit of my Dr. Didi Dynamo dream, that big dream. So I decided, once I had gotten that experience, and if you've been following the series, you will remember the story that I told, that when I had gotten this kind of vision about Dr. Didi Dynamo, and I was just taking my time, slowly just fitting it in here and there, putting it on the back burner to the rest of my life. And then my book got stolen, where I had written all of my Dr. Didi Dynamo information. And it was as if God was lighting the fire under me and saying, you are going to lose this gift if you don't use it. And so just the threat of that loss motivated me and spurred me into action. So once I had that fire lit under my behind, I realized that I could not possibly go the traditional publisher route, where I was going to be sending out all of these proposals and letters of interest and so on and so forth. I had this sense of urgency that made me want to just get that first book out as soon as possible, take that first step towards my dream. As a result, I decided that I was going to publish these books myself. So I found a self-publishing agency that would manage the illustrations, the editing, the graphic design, the printing, and the distribution. And I thought to myself, this is fantastic. I just had to write the manuscript, create the vision, and they would do the rest. And when they returned the manuscript with the edits, graphic design, etc. to me, I just felt in my spirit that it didn't represent my best at the time. And so I decided that I would find my own illustrator, I would find I would find my own editor, and we would do our own graphic design. And so we did that. And when I looked at the finished product, I thought, it felt good. I felt the quality was good. And at that time, I thought, this is what I thought excellent looked like. And we released the book, and I was super happy with it. But then I looked at it, I looked at the process, and I thought, okay, here is what I have actually learned from doing this book. Here is what I've learned from this process. And so for the second book, I actually brought the insights and the knowledge I had gained from that first book. And at that time of the release of the first book, that stood on its own in my mind as that was excellent at the time. But because excellence is a journey, and because it is about how do we do better when we know better, the second book, I brought a little bit more to it. And I integrated the graphic design with the illustrations and the text even a bit more. I took some of the things that I've learned from the first book and I applied it to the second book. And so in that second book, I felt, wow, I have surpassed the first book. And that was what excellence looked like at that particular point. And so with each iteration of each book, I have used the information from the previous book to inform how I approach the second, how I approach the subsequent book, to be able to surpass it just a little bit. And so that is an example of how excellence is just a process. It is about how you just do a little bit more, you take stock of what you did before, and knowing that you've brought what you can into it at that time, but then with the next iteration, you just use that knowledge to just bring it up just a little bit more. And so that really, I think, relieves you from that pressure and that stress that it has to be at a particular level in order for it to be excellent. Whatever you can bring to it in that moment is your excellence. And so whatever it is that you're seeking to do, whatever fear that holds you back, that makes you think that there's a standard that I absolutely cannot reach, just be comforted by the Maya Angelou words, which is that when you know better, you do better. So the process of just surpassing where you were before. And be very clear that many people might think about that as being discontented, that never being satisfied with what you do. But I truly believe that we are here to be lifelong learners. We are always growing. We are always developing. We are always using previous experiences to inform subsequent actions and experiences. So don't ever feel that because you want to kick the bar up a little bit, because you want to just improve things a little bit, that means that you're operating from a place of dissatisfaction. You're operating from a place where you know you have the potential to stretch and use what you learn from previous experiences to inform your ability to stretch just a little bit more. And in so doing, you are being excellent. And so here are some simple steps that you can take to be able to apply this philosophy of excellence in pursuit of your dreams. Number one, what is it that you have not done out of fear that you could not achieve excellence? What is the big dream that you have? What is the goal that you have not started? Just create a list and name it, declare it, put it behind you, and now you can actually move forward with the business of understanding what it is that fear is, and that you have literally conquered it just by virtue of recognizing it, putting it under your foot, stamping it out, and starting on that process of the small steps. One small step at a time builds one upon the other, upon the other, upon the other. And then I encourage you to look back, keep a journal of every single step along the way. Keep a journal so that you can look back at those times when you think, gosh, I'm not making any progress, or I am feeling a little bit discouraged, or that fear just threatens to infiltrate into your mindset again. Look back at what you have accomplished, how each step has allowed you to achieve that little bit of excellence, and then remind yourself that you are moving forward. So today I encourage you again in this pursuit of just dreaming big, of capitalizing on your goals, about seeing that vision and making it real by not being afraid to take the first step. Just understand that excellence, as you bring that excellence to your dream, that each step moves you closer to your goals and moves you closer to your dreams. And you will be able to dream big and understand that there are no limits. Not even the sky is the limit.